Hello, Virgo rising. I'm Britten LaRue, and this is Scopes Unshamed, April 2026. This is my first ever Virgo rising Scopes Unshamed for you. Welcome. Here we go. So, I'm thinking about you in the last couple months and wondering what kinds of relational, like the people in your life that are like your bigger relationships, what kinds of ups and downs you may have been going through in your understanding of one another, and in some of the reveals that may have come forward for you to each show more about who you are and what you want, and maybe some of the confusions around that. Um, because now here we are going into April, and my sense is that there's probably going to be a bit of an aftermath of whatever came forward the last couple of months with your partnerships and your collaborations. And in this month, you may really, really, really be learning a lot about some of the more vulnerable and subterranean territory of truth that informs the way you acknowledge or don't acknowledge how you need others. No small thing, just an easy one. But in the language of astrology, we call this the eighth house, where you have Aries. At the beginning of the month, we have a full moon in Libra. And I imagine that that is going to be really bringing up your like what you want relationally in order to feel resourced. What agreements with yourself and with others could support you in feeling more clear and seen in what you agree to and don't agree to, that allows you to feed yourself, support yourself, sustain yourself, and what you want to have in order to feel at peace with your finances, with your prosperity. So, questions around prosperity and the relationality of prosperity with abundance, maybe extra up at the beginning of the month with the full moon. And, really advising you to listen and learn from what you're recognizing you want included in your agreements, and unshame how your needs and preferences, stated clearly, are loving for all parties. And see if that resonates. And so that kind of has a thematic resonance with the rest of the month regarding you and others, and where you have debt, or where others are indebted to you. Now, this can be financially, this could be psychologically with debts and secrets. There are many ways that this could show up, but vulnerability is centered, as well as like intense feelings could be centered, especially as they show up as frustration, irritation, inflammation, and kind of some of those like kind of feelings that a lot of the time you may feel that you would rather not recognize these because they're inappropriate, immature, and undignified. Does that resonate, Virgo rising? Like it's improper. Okay. And so when these kinds of feelings are not allowed to exist because we shame them, they go down into caverns, the unseen in us. And sometimes in life, we get to find out about how they didn't go away. They're still here. We just don't normally see them. So inconvenient and uncomfortable and not fun a lot of the time. Hopefully, you have support and tools to self resource as you navigate this very important information that might be coming up this month around your right to be vulnerable. What does it feel like when I say that? You know? Because what comes up for you around vulnerability will help you come into more self awareness, self compassion, and self attunement, which can reveal more about who you are to yourself and allow you to be more clear in how you share yourself with the people in your life who you hold like really indebted, vulnerable contracts with, including like your accountants, trauma helpers, therapists, um, investment wealth managers. Um, there are different kinds of people that we can have kind of like hidden debt with, and where we owe things or people owe us things, and those themes, which are usually not like talked about out in the open all the time, they tend to be very private themes or even taboo themes. These themes may be alive for you in your life, and they are a part of life. They are part of life. And so there's a lot of action in this zone of your chart in April. And what I found to be true is that shame thrives in secrecy and isolation. And so when you can bring it into visibility and into conversation and dialogue, you naturally unshame because you're not allowing it to get bigger by not looking at it or not speaking it. So a theme this month may just also be a kind of knowing that it's important to name certain things that you normally don't name or see things you normally don't want to look at, and trust that this is like the season that you're in for the year, and that that is the intelligence of this month for you. And this is not going to characterize the rest of the year for you, although it may be a kind of larger theme for you for the next 2 years because you have Saturn moving through your eighth house. But it's just especially loud this month. and will be like a more quiet but ongoing theme the rest of the year. And then the year after that, as you continue to have experiences and encounters helping you to have more agency and authority in this part of your life. And so I think that the number one thing that's helpful here is to identify where support is, where trust is, whenever you're navigating vulnerable things, and who can you talk to that it feels safe? Who can you let see you? You know, who can you let see you? Who can you let like a little more of the curtain to fall back that you just trust like this person can meet you there and then find out like how you're still okay on the other side of that and allow that to be a memory that you now have for moving forward in all scenarios where you want to be connected to that part of you with more skill and with more trust that it's going to be okay and you're going to be okay. Meanwhile, at the end of the month, as you're starting to like pull out of this phase that's really dominant the first few months, the first few weeks rather, you will more and more be pulled into something that has to do with learning. Whether you're learning, maybe you're in a class right now that's like a real sweet spot for you. Maybe you're really enjoying a teacher's, a philosopher, a spiritual guide. Maybe you're taking a journey or like a spiritual kind of journey in your heart that is like, it's really nice. And so, all that other stuff, remember that you can fall back and be held by the support that is here, the support that is here for you. And it's possible that your spiritual life, your cosmological life, your astrological life, your philosophical life, your expansive journeying life is what is going to hold you as you go through some vulnerable experiences, navigate some vulnerability in the month of April, leaning on the support that is there when you look for it. Unshaming will mean taking leaps of trust that you are and that you deserve it. Thank you so much. I will see you in May. Cheers.